Good morning, everyone. Students, today we are going to start our next chapter, Provisions and Reserve. This is chapter number 17. According to prudence concept, which we have done in some starting chapters, prudence concept teaches you that you have to be careful regarding your future. Sometimes we are expecting some losses and sometimes we are not expecting, but this happens in future. So better we take care today only and we do the preparation today only. So we make some provisions and reserves regarding this. So provisions and reserves are quite helpful to save yourself from the future problems. You can see the financial problem. Certain circumstances takes place, like some competition is there, and if you want to launch a new product, right? So these kind of situation and so many situations can be there. So if you want to keep yourself safe regarding some expected and unexpected things which happens in the future, so you make some provisions and reserve, and these are made from the profits. Okay. Now, one by one, we will discuss about their meaning, about their uses, about their importance, their characteristics. Fine. So first, we will talk about the provisions. What is this and how do we make it? So provisions, according to Companies Act 2013, they have given a kind of definition, or you can say they have explained its meaning. So they are telling the amount written off or retained by way of providing for depreciation, renewals, or diminution in value of assets. The amount which we provide for the depreciation, I mean we take out from the profit and loss every year and we are keeping it one side. So this is also termed as provision. Okay, so this is called provision for depreciation. Next, it is telling the amount retained by way of providing for any known liability of which the amount can't be determined with substantial accuracy. Some known liability, I know that this is going to happen, okay, but substantial amount, the real amount, I can't make it out. What exactly the amount will be there of this liability, that is not known by me, but I know that this will be there. Okay, so this also comes under the provision. Fine. A few examples of this provision that will help you to understand better. Recently we have completed depreciation chapter. So provision for depreciation, provision for bad and doubtful debts, that we will do in future, provision for discount on debtors, okay, and provision for repair and renewals also we prepare, and we have the provisions for taxation. So these are the provisions. We know that all these expenses we are going to do in future, so we make the provisions out of the P&L. Okay, we show these provisions in our P&L account, means profit and loss से आप ये create करते हैं. Alright, so we make the provisions of all these things. And one more thing, students, provisions are mandatory by the Companies Act. It is compulsory for you to make. Fine. Now we will talk about the characteristics or features. What are the features or the specialties of these provisions? Well, first one, it is telling that provisions is made to meet known liability. This should be very clear because there is a name of everything, as I have told you. Provision for taxation, provision for depreciation, provision for bad and doubtful debts, means these are the known liability. We know that for what we are going to make the provision. So this is made for the known liability. Second one, it's telling the liability is known, but the amount of such liability can't be determined with reasonable accuracy. I know that some debtors will turn to bad, means bad debts will be there, but I don't know how much debtors will be declared as bad debts, right? So 100% accuracy can't be expected and can't be done. So the things are vague, these are not very clear, the amount in fact is not very clear, the provision which you make, that can be less or more simply. Okay. Third one, it is telling that this is a charge against the profits and as such reduces the profit of the year. Well, students, charges and appropriation, we will discuss in detail in this chapter. Charges means before calculating the net profit, we have to provide, means before calculating the net profit we calculate afterward. first we have to show it as an expenditure in the P&L account. This is charge. And appropriation means after calculating the net profit, we dispose of. How do we dispose of? Means we appropriate the profits. उस profit को कैसे use करना है, that comes in that. And this we show in the separate account, that is profit and loss appropriation account. All right, that there we show the reserves. So this is provision. Provision is what? It is a charge on the profit. So this is always prepared in the profit and loss account. Okay. Although you didn't learn how to prepare the P&L account, but very soon we will be learning that also. So right now, this is the requirement to keep in your mind what is profit and loss. I mean, where to show this provision. That should be shown in the debit side of the P&L account. Well, these were the characteristics of feature. Now we will talk about its importance. Why is it important? Or what is the purpose to prepare the provisions? Well, the first one, it is telling to ascertain the true net profit of the business. Well, as I've told you, this is mandatory to prepare the provisions, okay? So I have to show in the debit side of the P&L. If I don't make this provision, so what happens? Your business, I mean the statement of P&L doesn't show the true and fair picture of your profit. Means what profit business is earning, business is having, that is not shown, that is not calculated, okay? So it's telling that in order to ascertain the true profit of a business, it's necessary that all expenses pertaining to that year, whether paid or outstanding, and of course outstanding will also be part of this, must be debited to P&L, and a provision should also be made for expenses or liabilities, the amount of which can't be estimated with reasonable accuracy. Okay, so we have to show it for calculating a true and fair net profit of the business. It is must to show. Second point says, I mean the second purpose or importance you can say, to ascertain the true financial position of the business. Financial position means your balance sheet. If you could not calculate the correct profit, how your business will be showing the accurate position of your business? So it's telling the balance sheet will depict the true and fair view of the financial position of the business only if adequate provision is made for all the anticipated losses and expenses. If you have made the provision for the anticipated losses and expenses only, then your business shows the true and fair state of the business. Okay, this is mandatory by the law, that is why it is. Okay, now third one, it's telling to provide for known losses in the future. Well, this is also one of the reason, and you can say the benefit importance, that we can come to know about the known expenses and losses in the future. So funds will be required to meet the losses and liabilities that are likely to occur in the near future. As such, provisions are made to provide funds for meeting those losses, such as provision for taxation, provision for repair, provision for damages, so and so. Alright. And the last one is for the equitable distribution of expenses. They have taken one example. If machinery is estimated to run for 10 years and the total amount of repair expected to be incurred during the entire lifespan rupees 10,000, a provision for repair will be created by debiting 1,000 every year. Well, students, when you have a machinery you are using, so definitely one day this turns to be an old and sometime breakdown can be there. So we need heavy amount of its repair and we have to replace it sometime. So we have to spend that repair amount in that particular year or time. Okay, so that burden comes on 1 year only, but that is not the right thing. So I'm using this machinery, I mean the estimated life of the machinery, now you know it very well. Expected machine of the life is 10 years. So better I split this expenses in the 10 years, so that will be good. Okay, so this is also one of the reason for the equitable distribution of the expenses. This is very important. Okay, so to make the provision is very important from this point of view also, that you can equalize the expenses. You can spread the expenses in the effective number of years of this machinery. You can spread it properly. Right, students? So these were the importance. I mean, why do you prepare the provisions? Now we will talk about the reserves. So for provision, once again I just give you a brief. Provisions are mandatory, okay, from the point of view of law. Companies Act says that this is mandatory, and we keep the prudence concept in mind. For the safety purpose, safety of the future, we are creating this. Okay, so this is mandatory. Second thing, this this is prepared for the known liabilities and expenses. That means you know that आपको जिस चीज़ के बारे में पता है उसके लिए बनाते हैं, अननोन चीज़ के लिए नहीं बनता है, ठीक है। And third important thing is this is a charge against the profit. These three points you have to keep in your mind. Charges against the profit means net profit calculate करने से पहले दिखाते हैं, and that we prepare in the P&L account, profit and loss account में हम इसको create करते हैं, ठीक है। Now our next topic is the reserve. Here we have discussed the meaning, features and purpose of importance of the provisions. Now we will talk about the reserves. The same thing we will talk about the reserves also. Well, reserve means you are keeping a part of your profit at one side. Reserves are created from your profits. If you don't have profit, we don't create reserves, okay. So reserves are always created when you have a profit, and a portion of the profit, a percentage of the profit we are keeping at one side. All right, we are keeping in one gullak, and I have given the name to this gullak as a reserve. And we have the different kind of reserves. Very soon we will study in this chapter only. And this reserve can be used for any purpose, and this reserve belongs to the owner, because this we have created out of profit. All right students, from where we have created the reserve? Reserves we create from the profits. First you have a profit, net profit, and then a percentage of the profit you are keeping it as a reserve in a gullak. All right, so this profit belongs to the owner, so ultimately this reserve also belongs to the owner, and this can be used for any of the reason, any of the purpose. And reserve is for unknown things. Provisions was meant for the known liabilities and expenses, and here reserve is meant for unknown things. You can use it anywhere according to its name and kind that we will be studying in this chapter, okay. And it is not mandatory, as I have told you in the starting. So reserves means amount set aside out of profits and other surpluses to meet future uncertainties. In other words, a reserve is meant for meeting any unknown liability or loss in the future. According to William Pickles, reserves meant so and so. This is definition you can. Now examples of the reserve. So many kind of reserves are there. We have a general reserve, we have a capital reserve, we have dividend equalization reserve, we have investment fluctuation reserve, we have debenture redemption reserve, and well, we have general reserve, fine, workman compensation reserve. So many kind of reserves are there which are meant for the different purposes. Some are general reserve, some are specific reserve, that I will be explaining in this chapter only afterwards, okay. So these are the kind of that. And it's an appropriation. I have told you appropriation means first you have a profit from the P&L account, and then you prepare profit and loss appropriation account. So here I just give you a little brief, so this will be more clear to you. Students, this is my P&L account, profit and loss account. This is debit and this is credit, okay. So I'm not taking rest of the item, I'm taking only related items. So here we prepare the provisions. P&L account debit, do provisions for bad and doubtful debts. So this is the place to make the provisions, fine. And then finally, at the end of this account, we calculate net profit. Suppose this is 5,000. This is your net profit. Here comes the net profit, okay. So before calculating the net profit, I have to show the provisions. Provisions we show in the debit side of this P&L account. Is that clear? Now we have a net profit. After calculating the net profit, we appropriate the profits. Appropriate the profits means उन profits को कैसे कैसे कहाँ कहाँ use करना है. So we prepare one another account. This is, its name is P&L appropriation account. It's having debit and credit side. So this 5,000 will come to this side by net profit. We are carrying it here. Suppose out of this 5,000, I want to keep 2,000 rupees in my gullak. Means I want to transfer 2,000 rupees in reserve. Okay. So here is the profit 5,000 to, you are creating one general reserve. 3,000 rupees in general reserve. So the remaining 3,000 is a distributable profits. Distributable profit means these profits are ready to distribute to the owners. Okay, ये profits हम owners को distribute कर सकते हैं as a profit. The normal thing and the simple thing is, most of the time businessmen, they don't distribute the whole profit because the future is uncertain. Sometimes we have some expectations and we want to strengthen our business, we want to expand our business, or any other reason can be there. Tough competition is there, I want to face that competition comfortably. So due to these reasons, company or your business wants to keep a little amount safe. So that is a part of the profit, and in P&L appropriation, out of the profit they keep a little amount in one gullak, and the name we have given reserves. Okay, so we transfer to the reserve, and remaining amount can be distributed as a profit. Right, students? I hope it is clear where to create a reserve. So once again, provisions are created in P&L account. This is mandatory. Reserves are created in P&L appropriation. These are called the appropriations of the profit, and these are the charges on the profit. Profit पे charge होना, burden है ना profit पे, कि इसकी वजह से profit कम हो जाएगा, ठीक है? And this is appropriation, means profit का appropriation हो गया 5,000 का, 2,000 ये दे दिया, बाकी बचा 3,000. So this is mandatory, this is not mandatory. If you have profit, you can prepare, and if you don't want, you don't prepare even after having the profits even. That depends upon you. We have discussed the examples. Now characteristics, this is having the same thing which I have explained, but let me tell you the first one. It is telling that this is net profits or divisible profit. ये net profit से आप create करते हैं, divisible profits हैं. Second one, creation of reserve is not a legal necessity. So this is not mandatory at all. Depends upon the company. Depends upon the company. Either you want to prepare it or you don't want to prepare it. Next, it is telling that normally it is not created to meet any known liability. Students, for the known liability, we have the provisions, and this is for unknown things. Okay, in future any unknown liability can be there, unknown event can be there. For that we use that. So normally it is not created to meet any unknown any known liability or depreciation in the value of assets, but for meeting an unknown liability or losses in the future we prepare reserves. Then they are available for distribution as dividend among the shareholders, and just as the capital is shown on the so and so. Well, students, I have told you to whom these reserves belong. Reserves we have created out of profits. Okay, first they have earned profit, then they have created. So these can be used to distribute as a dividend also. I have told you the name, dividend equalization fund. Sometimes company is not giving very good dividend because company is not having good profit. Fine. So the reputation of company can be destroyed in the market. So for maintaining that reputation, company prepares dividend equalization reserve. एक reserve create करती है, ये specific reserve हो जाता है, particular नाम है, उसी के लिए हम use करेंगे. So for equalizing the dividend को level में लाने के लिए इस fund से पैसा निकालती है और as a dividend distribute कर देती है shareholders को, so that way company can maintain its reputation. Next one, when the amount of reserve is invested in outside securities, it is known as reserve fund. Well, students, you have this gullak, okay, reserve नाम की गुल्लक है, you are keeping money year after year, so it is just you are losing the value of this. Fine, but if you invest it somewhere outside of the business, so this can give you the good return. Of course, principal amount plus some return will be there. Fine, so if you invest it outside somewhere outside of the business, so this reserve's name will be reserve fund. All right, now that's all in the characteristics. We will talk about the importance of reserve. Reserves के क्या importance हैं, क्या purpose है, and क्या फायदास हैं. Okay, first one, helpful in meeting the unforeseen liabilities or losses. Quite helpful to meet the unforeseen liability, जो हमें पता नहीं है future के लिए कि ये problem हो सकती है, this liability can arise, so this is very good for those one. I've told you provisions क्या होता है known liability के लिए, और unknown liability के लिए क्या helpful है आपके लिए, reserves है, ठीक है. So this is the purpose. Second one, helpful in strengthening the financial position of the business. Well, students, so many ups and downs we face sometime in the business. If you don't have any good luck created by your business, no extra amount is there, no extra additional finance is available, so you can be in the problem in this time of tough competition. But if you have some extra amount deposited by you, your good luck is full of amount, so you can use this amount the way you want in the tough time. Okay, so this strengthens your financial position of the business. Okay, next one is equalization of dividends over the year. This recently I have given an example of this. If you don't have proper profit in any of the year, and since many years you are giving very good dividend, you have a reputation in the market, goodwill, but this year you don't have much profits, and if you don't give the good profits, so your goodwill destroys, your reputation gets down. Okay, so you want to save your reputation. Because of this problem, the value of your share can also can fall down, the prices of the shares will fall down. So if you want to save yourself from this situation, then you have to declare more dividend. For more dividend, you don't have more money, more profits are not there, sufficient profits are not there. So in this situation, you can take help of your good luck, where you have kept some reserves on the name of dividend equalization reserve. मीन्स डिविडेंड्स को इक्वल करने के लिए पैसा आपने जमा किया है, इसको हम स्पेसिफिक रिजर्व कहते हैं, एंड दैट कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर दिस पर्पस. ओके, so this is also one of the reason. Next one, it is telling that to provide funds for meeting a specific liability. Well, any specific liability, if I want to make the payment of that specific liability, so reserves are quite helpful. I give you one example. Debenture, I think I have told you what is debenture, as we issue the shares. In the BST we have studied. Debentures are your loan funds. Okay, so you take money from the public on the sake on the way of loan. Okay, so one day you have to repay this loan, you have to refund this money. This is called redemption of debenture. So today you have used the money, one day you have to pay it back, but the day when you will be paying, you need money. So sometimes that can be a burden on the company, because we don't know what kind of situation you will be facing that time. After 5 years you are going to redeem the debenture, but I don't know what is going to happen after 5 years, what kind of situation you will be feeling at that time. So what I do, I just make a reserve from this moment only. Okay, I make a reserve, and I have kept the name debenture redemption reserve. So it's telling that to provide funds for meeting a specific liability. Here I know it can be for the specific, can be for non-specific also. I know there is a specific liability, so for meeting that liability I have created that reserve. Alright students, so here we have completed the purpose or importance of the reserves. Well, now we have the differences between provision and reserve. Still if you have some doubts, so the doubts can be cleared by this. Meaning it's talking about, so provision is created to meet a known liability and reserves are created to meet an unknown liability. Second point, it's talking about the necessity, as we have discussed many times. Provisions, these are the charge against the profits, and that is compulsory, means mandatory hai. Creation of provision is a legal necessity. Provisions have to be provided for even if there are no profits. That's very important, students. It's not that when you have a profit then you create the provisions. No, it is mandatory, means mandatory, compulsory means compulsory. Either you have a profit or you have a loss, you have to make the provision. So in case of loss, your loss will increase, don't worry, but you have to make the provisions. And reserves, creation of reserve is discretionary, it's completely on your wish. If you have a profit, you create a reserve. If you don't have profit, you don't create that. And these are appropriation of profit. I have told you, appropriation means profits को distribute करना, कि किस तरह से distribute करना है. Third one, it's telling about the objects. Well, the object is to provide for depreciation, doubtful debts, and other specific liabilities. To meet the specific liabilities, प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट के अकॉर्डिंग जो लायबिलिटी मुझे पता है कि ये अराइज होने वाली हैं, तो उनके लिए हमने बनाया है. एंड द ऑब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ रिजर्व इज टू स्ट्रेंथन द फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन ऑफ योर बिजनेस. Here right now I don't have any liability, but but to provide strength to my business. Okay, for strengthening the financial position of my business, means ups and downs are there. If any problem comes, so I have a financial resources, extra financial resources are there. So for that object, I have prepared the reserves. Next, it is talking about the mode of creation. How do we make? Well, I've told you it is created by debiting the P&L account. Provisions are created in the debit side of the P&L, and here it is created by debiting the P&L account, but through the P&L appropriation. So provisions are created in the debit side of the P&L, and reserves are created in the debit side of the P&L appropriation account. Next, it is talking about the investment outside of the business. Provisions can't be invested outside of the business. ये business के बाहर कहीं invest नहीं हो सकते, but reserves can be invested outside of the business, because here you didn't keep the separate amount at one side. You have done provisions only. Here we keep the amount separate in Gullak, and that amount can be invested anywhere, and we have given the name reserve fund to this. Okay. And next is presentation in the balance sheet. You know, when we create the provisions and reserves, so we have to present it in the balance sheet where, so it's either shown on the asset side by way of deduction from the assets for which it is created, or as a distinct item in the liability side. Provisions को either you show in the liability side, because provisions are having your credit balance, and credit balance represent the liability, debit balance represent the assets. So we have an option that if there is a provision for depreciation, so either you reduce this provision for depreciation from that particular assets in the asset side, assets में आपने को minus करके दिखा दिया, यानी assets की value कम हो गई, and another option is you show in the liability side provision for depreciation, so that is also having the same meaning, but it is shown on the liability side under the head reserves and surplus. Reserves. Next year you will learn, students, the format of the balance sheet, statement of P&L and balance sheet of the company. Okay, so we have a specific places of all the item. In 11th, no such specific places are there, but in 12th you will find in company's balance sheet we have a specific place. So I'm telling you from that point of view only that we have a in equity and liability. Liability side में एक second number पे हमारा item होता है reserves and surplus. So reserves goes in that head. Okay, according to its name, reserve goes in the reserve. Next one is utilization for dividends. कि किस amount को आप dividends के लिए use कर सकते हैं, although we have discussed that. So provisions can't be utilized for distribution of a dividend, but it can be utilized for distribution as dividends among the shareholders, right? We have already discussed for the equalization of the dividend reserve. Okay, and otherwise also, if you don't have money, so you can use the reserves to distribute the dividend to the shareholder, but provisions can't be used. Next and last is utilization for other purposes. It is created to provide for a specific loss and hence can only be used for meeting that loss. Provisions are more rigid because we have created these provisions for the specific purpose, and these can be used for those purposes only, that's all. But reserves are more flexible, and these can be used for the if it is a specific reserve which we will be studying in the next class, so specific reserves will be used for that particular purpose, for the specific purpose. But if we have general reserves, so here we are talking generally about the reserves. Okay, so the general reserve can be used for any purpose. So it's not created to provide for a specific loss and hence can be used for any purpose. So in general we are talking here in the theory part. So provisions can be used for the specific purpose, but reserves can be used for any other purposes. Alright, students. So here we have discussed the definition, their characteristics and their purpose of what? Provisions and reserves separately, and we have done their differences also. Fine. So that's all in today's class, and in next class we will wind up this chapter. That's a very small chapter. So in next class we will be completing this. So students, keep learning this. Today you don't have the burden to do so many illustrations and back questions as I give you in the homework. So you have a theory part, so within half an hour you can complete this work, and meanwhile you should complete your previous chapter depreciation, because that's very lengthy, although I'm giving you proper time, but still this day can be utilized. Thank you.